Hi everyone, it's Miss Chelsea with the Mount Holly Branch Library, and it is time for the December edition of Creative and Crafty. And for this Creative and Crafty video, we are going to be making an organizational gift set. So this is something that you can either make for yourself, you can make for a family member, for a friend, and just give it away as a gift. So with this gift set, we are going to make a magnetic memo board, photo magnets to go with it, and watercolor cards that you can write on for the memo board. So let's get started with the magnetic memo board. Now, you will need a cookie sheet or a pizza pan. This is the pizza pan I actually picked up from Dollar General. Some type of background, whether it is some type of adhesive liner like the wallpaper, construction paper, you can use scrapbook paper. As you'll see, I actually tried to use tissue paper and it was a mess. It was a big fail. So I actually had to start over. Tissue paper just did not work out. It was way too thin. I also tried to paint my pizza pan first, and because of the coating that's on the pan, the paint didn't really want to stick very well. So if you want to paint your pizza pan or your cookie sheet, I would suggest sanding it down first. You're also going to need some type of glue and some markers or stickers or any other type of items that you might want to use for decoration. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to trace the cookie sheet or the pizza pan onto the background material that you have. So for this, you're going to stick it onto your, let's say you're going to use construction paper, onto your construction paper, and you're going to trace the bottom, which should be towards the inside, because if you trace the outside of the entire pizza pan, then it's going to be bigger than the inside circle, because it's going to be slightly deeper than the actual outside of the pan. So again, you're just going to try to trace the smaller circle, or if you use the rectangle, the rectangle. So once you have it traced, go ahead and cut it out. If you want it to stick very well, again, take some sandpaper and just sort of sand the inside of the cookie sheet or the pizza pan. I didn't do that, and mine stuck just fine. And I actually used a glue stick, so it stuck a lot better than I thought it was going to. If you don't really want to trust a glue stick, you can use regular Elmer's glue, you can use hot glue, or E6000 would probably be preferable. And then you're just going to apply it to those. So this is the second attempt that I did. Again, the first attempt was with the tissue paper, and I tried to use Mod Podge, and it just did not work out at all. So I will say the construction paper held up a lot better. It stuck with a glue stick just fine. I didn't have to worry about that. I didn't have to sand it down. And then once you have it on there, if it's plain, like in this first picture, you can just go ahead and decorate it. I chose a metallic marker, a Sharpie, and just drew some little designs on there that I thought were pretty because I had this blue background. And then that was all I needed to do for the magnetic memo board for decorating it. Now you can go much further with this. If you don't like that silver outline, the outside of it, you can glue ribbon onto it, yarn, string. If you have stickers, you can place stickers onto it. You know, pretty much whatever that you have laying around the house, if you want to cover that up, I said go for it. I didn't have that much time, and I was struggling so much with that first one that by the time I got this done, I was like, it's fine, it looks great. We're not gonna overdo it and mess it up. So for me, I stopped before I messed it up more, and I just kept it the way it is. But feel free to get as creative with this as you like. So next we have the photo magnets. Now, if you've been in my programs before, you have probably seen us do these. These are one of my favorite types of projects because they're so quick and they're so easy, and you can make so many of them, and they're really cool, especially to give out as gifts. Even if you don't do the rest of the things, these make really nice little gifts. So you can get these large decorative glass stones at the dollar store, Dollar Tree to be more specific. I don't know how many's in there. I want to say around 20 actually coming into a pack. So that's actually a really good price. Small round magnets. Some magnets have adhesive on one side, some don't. It doesn't matter which one you get. You can get either or. If you do get the adhesives, it's fine. I wouldn't depend on just the adhesive though. We're going to glue them anyway. You are going to need some Mod Podge. The one that I had was matte. And when you see the final photo, I mean, it looked fine either way because the glass stone on top is so glossy that even if you use matte, it's still okay. A small paintbrush. So if you want to use this magnet with a photo, you're going to need the photo or just some regular paper that you can draw on and make a photo. In the past, I've actually found an old book with pictures. I've used a really old dictionary that had small pictures in it, and I've cut those out. So again, be creative with this. Whether it's a photo or your own drawing, just make sure that whatever it is that you're wanting to put under this magnet is as small as the glass stone itself. And of course, some scissors. So if you're using a photo, you're going to trace your large glass stone over the photo. If you're going to use a drawing, I would trace your stone on a piece of paper and then draw a picture inside of that. That way, so you know that your drawing is going to be within those lines. And then you're going to cut that out, and you're going to take a very small amount of Mod Podge, it goes a long way, and apply it to the bottom of the stone. Go ahead and stick your photo or your drawing face up underneath the stone. And then you're going to apply Mod Podge to the back of the photo or the drawing, and you're going to wait for that to dry. So as you can see, I took a picture of it before it dried, and so you'll see like where some of the glue is on top of the heart. That way, so you can see that it hasn't completely dried yet, but the stone is on top of the drawing. And then when you turn it over, you'll see the back of the drawing that I did. And then either using a glue gun or some E6000, you're going to place the small round magnet to the underside of the drawing or the photo, just like this right here. So once all that is completely set and dry, you now have magnets. And you, like I said, if you get a pack of 20 of them for $1, you can make 20 of them. The magnets you can also find at most Dollar Trees, and they come in probably around 10 to 20 a pack as well. So it is a really nice gift, and it doesn't take a lot of effort, and it's not expensive at all. And last but not least, another very budget-friendly gift is watercolor cards. So for this, you just need some cardstock. Construction paper would probably work for this. I will say that regular paper is going to be thin, and it's going to, once it dries, it's going to curl up really bad. That's why I say to use more of a thicker paper like cardstock or construction paper. You're going to need some type of food coloring, some paintbrushes, some water, some markers or stickers for whatever you want to decorate your cards with, and a small bowl or some small bowls for your colors. So you'll just go ahead and cut a page of cardstock into quarters. You can leave it one big page if you want, but your memo board's pretty small, so I would cut the pages into, either quarters or smaller than that, just to stick onto your memo board and it actually fit well and leave room for other things. So if you're using liquid food coloring, 1 to 2 drops should work. If you're using gel, just a very, very small little, probably like a smaller than a pearl size amount would be fine, into a bowl of water and mix it around. If it's not dark enough, add a little bit more. If it's too dark, add more water. So using your paintbrush, you're just going to swirl the watercolor over the cardstock in whatever colors or patterns that you like to do. I did more of a darker one down here that was mainly greens and yellows and a little bit of orange. I did all the colors up here, and this one I stuck to mainly just a little bit of yellow, orange, and pink. So once it's dried is when you can start decorating it. I would make sure that it's completely dry first. It may curl up a little bit. You can flatten that out with something heavy after it's dry. And then once that's done, go ahead and decorate it with either a quote, a joke, reminders, or some type of schedule. And that is all. So as you can see, we have which mine was a pizza pan, but you can also use a cookie sheet. My background's in there that I decorated. I have my cards, which I just wrote like just a word on this one. I wrote Happy Holidays on this one. And this is just like a mock schedule just so you can see it. There's my magnet. It held on very well. The paint dried. You don't see any of that white stuff in there anymore. You just see my heart with my little background. Now this silver thing is actually like a little canister. It's magnetic. I found these at the Dollar Tree as well. There were 2 of them for $1. So I just thought that's really something cute to add to a organizational board like this. If you make one of these for someone or for yourself, that'd be a nice little addition. And they did have them at the Dollar Tree. All right, everyone, we will see you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.